Miss J.
Oh, the King Izzy stands with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Keyboard Warriors, presented by RipTheWarriors.com. I'm Eddie Law. That's Fred Kirby. Tev, the homie, the Izzy stand, like he was saying, joining us today. What's good? What's good?
Thank you for having me on again. I think it's my second time on.
It's
wild that I'm just known as an Izzy stand. I feel like it only should be like that around fight weeks when I talk my shit. Otherwise, I be trying not to even bring him up, to be honest.
Well, shit, now we can bring up all you want because he dominated the shit out of Paulo Costa on Saturday. UFC 253 that went down. Obviously, this was Saturday. Izzy retained. We have a new 205 king. Let's just go through the card very quickly before we talk about those two fights. Pull up this shit for y'all. Here we go. All right, early prelims. Danilo Marquez gets the decision win over Kaitis Ibragimov. Juan Espino gets a submission win first round against Jeff Hughes. First of all, did you guys see that shit about Jeff Hughes? Someone was talking about some back tattoo that he had. You guys hear anything about that?
No.
All I heard was like Nazi back tattoo, and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
I didn't see it, but he did look like the sort of cat that would sport something like that as far as it goes.
I wouldn't be surprised. All right. On the regular prelims, William Knight decision win over Alexa Kamor. Ludovic Klein knocks the holy hell out of Shane Young. That was a nice little fucking win there, little finish. Let's talk about this fight real quick. Diego Sanchez loses the decision to Jake Matthews. What was harder to watch, Diego Sanchez fighting or the fact that Jake Matthews couldn't finish him?
Listen, okay, for me, I think I tweeted this out on Fight Night. I said that if Jake Matthews don't get a finish, I count this as a loss for him. I mean, Jake Matthews was pointing to the fact that he used to watch Diego Sanchez as an 11-year-old kid. That's fucking sweet and all, but the fact that you're actually about to fist fight that man in a cage speaks volumes. You were watching him as an 11-year-old child. Bro, Diego Sanchez, to say he is long in the tooth, I keep saying this, but like real talk, the dude won the first Ultimate Fighter. We are so far along in that series, I literally don't even know what season we're on. Like fucking 28 or something. It is, Diego's the only guy. Is there anybody from season 2 or 3 of the Ultimate Fighter that is actually still active?
Definitely not in the UFC.
Let alone season 1.
Definitely
Ain't none of those guys. I mean, so Diego is the last of that breed. And let's keep it a bean here. Diego has been exhibiting some real strange behavior over the last few years. He hired this weirdy-beardy coach, and then him and fucking Stephan Bonner went and smoked the fucking DNP joint. I ain't trying to hate on, but then he decides to be his fucking cornerman. Diego looked worse physically than he has in his whole career. Again, we like to fucking joke and talk some shit on this podcast, but all jokes aside, I am so like I know we all throw that R word around a little willy-nilly on fucking MMA Twitter and the like, but bro, it is time for Diego to hang them the fuck up. At the very least, Dana White and the UFC should not be in the Diego business anymore. He's just, he's well past his fucking prime, for fuck's sake. And Jake Matthews, again, you lost to me, homeboy. I don't give a fuck how dominant you were. If you can't fucking finish Diego at this point in the game, that's a fucking L.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I hate a lot of people do throw around the R word, and like I hate being the fucking just dude watching the sport from the crib telling motherfucking legends what to do with their careers. Who the fuck am I, bro? I spent all the fucking a handful of hours hitting mitts, and I'm on here trying to tell you what the fuck to do with your career as a legend. I feel like a fucking idiot, but in the case of Diego Sanchez, it's like I feel like I have a responsibility to be like, bro, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. And I feel like he would make like a good coach owning a gym. He like Fred said, man's been not acting like the most normal member of society if we're gonna keep it a buck. So yeah, it's uncomfortable. You know what's wild though is like how his team and how his operation can justify like keeping this shit going.
I have no idea how they do it.
You know what I mean? Like, he'll be like how they spun that Michelle Pineda win into like, yo, he actually won that shit. He didn't take a lot of damage. Like they spun that. They got the spin factor on.
Yeah.
Like, didn't he get a win over Mickey Gall? Like that's propaganda they use now, which is exactly that he beat Mickey Gall, but that's propaganda. Let's call it out.
No, but this is a good point, man. But this is real talk too. I think with a lot of these guys, real talk, a lot of these guys feed a lot of mouths behind the scenes
Mhm.
on the back of their names, almost like some rappers and shit. Like they got a lot of people that they're keeping a. I bet you Diego probably keeps a whole team of little shitbirds, different cousins and family members,
Facts.
probably motherfuckers from gyms and shit
Facts.
that he's got on his payroll that are probably like, nah, bruh, you got one more because they know Diego. You know, at this point, I would imagine Diego gets at least 50 bands for fighting. I mean, you know, like. It wins a lot of fucking bonuses and shit. Like, I'm sure Dana takes care of Diego. He's always been a team player and shit.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm sure his coaches and shit have a vested interest in keeping him in there, which is fucked up because, you know, like we're saying, he's been exhibiting some clear symptoms of fucking CTE, right? Like, or he's just crazier than fuck. I mean, he's always been a little eccentric, but lately he's been on some really strange shit.
Dude, I was bummed out by Diego the entire time. Like when he walks into the cage, he's got a gut going over the shorts and shit. I was like, goddamn! But I fell over fucking laughing when he came out with the hands behind his back, like Masvidal bends over like that, and then he like quarter ass. He didn't even half ass. He like quarter ass a flying knee. I was like, dude,
the most telegraphed strike in UFC history, bro.
Yo, Jake popped backwards and threw a jab and landed that shit as soon as he landed. Like, what the fuck?
Honestly, all bullshit aside,
Yeah.
it's kind of sad because Diego is such a coveted figure in our sport. Like, bro, we shouldn't see you like that. Like that you should be retired now. Like, there's no sense in you competing in that cage. Again, say Jake Matthews destroyed Diego in the first round. What the fuck does that really tell us other than Diego needs to quit? Like, why do this fight? What does Jake Matthews have to even gain from that, really? And now you did it, and he and to Diego's credit, he's so tough that he actually went the distance. But he didn't go the distance because he's still like talented or elite. He went the distance because he's a fucking animal and a warrior. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna go the distance because he's a fucking dog. But he shouldn't be in there fighting young guys like that no more, man.
I know.
No, I'm with you.
Like what value does it like for the name? But like at this point, we don't even covet Diego's name like that. So like really, what is the point of the fight?
It's like knocking out Machida at this point. There was a point in time where that meant a lot. If you knock out Machida now, all right, so what?
Yeah. It's wild.
No, because you know what they're gonna do with Jake Matthews later on? They're gonna give him like a big fight and be like, he's coming out to win over UFC legend Diego Sanchez, and it's just like anyone that didn't watch the fight's gonna be like, oh shit, really? Like, come on.
Yeah.
It just sucks, man. But let's see. Otis, what's up, dude? Says I think Diego should hang up the gloves. I'm honestly with you on that. And then Diego still got a chin though. A lot of guys got chin, but they still shouldn't be in there.
Right.
All right, real quick. Who's your loser of the weekend? How's it not Alexa bullshit ass effort that came to hug my opponent and not fight Kimura? He couldn't even do that. William Matt was on top of him a fuck ton, just landing shots from top, dude. So he wasn't even good at that shit.
True.
All right. Moving on to the next fight here. Brad Riddle gets the decision win over Alex de Silva Coelho.
It was a good fight.
Good fight. It was actually, was that fight of the night? No, it wasn't.
I don't think so.
No, it wasn't. It might have been the
it was Kai Kara France, I think.
Right, probably.
I think so.
Right there. All right, main card. Hakeem Dawodu gets the win over Zubair Tukhugov. The only part that pissed me off about this fucking fight is Tukhugov at the end fucking like, you know, Hakeem's just like, let's stand right here. And you know, fucking Zubair is just like, yeah, let's go. And then he fucking starts backpedaling.
Man,
come on, man.
You know what pissed me off about this goddamn fight?
Huh.
That cocksucking ref telling people to watch their mouth.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, what was that?
Are you fucking high on drugs? You better watch out for I fucking give you a jab. What do you mean watch my mouth? Are we in fucking church?
We're on pay-per-view,
bro.
man.
We're in a full-on fist fight. I'll call this motherfucker everything but a white boy if I want to right now. and he can punch me right in the face for it. What the fuck do you mean watch? I could, and then he said it again. Like he told him, like, let's keep it clean. Shut the fuck up. Your job is to make sure I don't cheat, not disrespect him verbally.
Right.
What the fuck?
Fam, I hypothetically paid $60 for this.
Very hypothetically.
Yeah, exactly. You know, at first somebody said something about pay-per-view, and then I was like, oh shit, maybe I was tripping. Maybe it was on the ESPN portion of the card. But no, this was on the pay-per-view portion. Shut the fuck up forever. They are allowed to curse. This is a full-blown fist fight. What in the fuck? There is nothing in the rules that says you have got to be sportsmanlike. And we're going to get that a little later with Izzy putting the hump on him because I got a whole bunch of shit to say about that. But like, bro, They are allowed to smack talk. Motherfucker,
Yeah.
Loki, it is encouraged. That is what Nick and Nate Diaz made their fucking careers on. What on earth are you talking about? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shit. Conor too, man. All right.
Yeah.
Everybody really. But
And quite frankly, that was one of my favorite parts of the fight. When Akeem was going to go, let's fucking fight. Maybe fucking stop. They're like, yeah, let's fucking go. God damn it.
And Byron missed weight.
Right. Oh
yeah.
But like,
missed weight.
Yeah.
On some real shit, that was a good win for Hakeem Dawodu.
Big win.
That should get him a good fight. Like bullshit aside.
Right. Yeah. That was a big win.
And my favorite part, Akeem was still pissed off after the fight. This motherfucker ran the whole time. Like, he was mad. He wanted to fucking get into it. But
Judge was about to take it from him too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They tried, man. Shit.
Bro, they were.
All right. Real quick, Lauda, what's up? Says just came in here to say fuck Izzy, fuck John Bones Jones, and fuck Dana White. Holla. Ashley. Ash Lamprey said, hey guys, hope you're all well. Hey, we're good, man. Appreciate you hopping in. Hope you're doing good, man. Otis says Fred said church. This guy. Unbroken says refs think they're too important. That ref ain't getting punched in the face. Dude, just shut up. Right. I'm telling you.
I've never, to be fair, I've never heard anything like that. I've heard it
before.
Have you?
Mazzagatti?
Told people to stop cursing.
He said, no, stop talking. No more talking.
Okay, maybe I have heard that. I've never heard nobody say stop cursing.
Yeah, I never heard cursing.
I've never heard that in all of the thousands of fights I've ever watched. I've never heard there was a rule that you can't curse when we're in a full-on fucking fist fight.
I forgot which Nick Diaz fight it was. I want to say it was the Condit fight. I can't remember. It was a Nick Diaz fight, and the guy goes, no more talking. And Nick's like, fuck you and him then. Like, yo. Anyway. Have you said something?
No, I was just saying fucking he was yelling at him to keep it clean. I remember that was specifically what he was saying. Keep it clean. Right. So what, if he just wasn't cursing, you would have just not said anything about him yelling?
I guess not. I'd start cursing out the fucking refs. What you gonna do about it, bitch? You can't fight. Anyway, all right. Kellen Viegas decision win over Sergio Eubanks, which is honestly expected. This is a good fucking fight right here. Kai Kara France takes the L. Second round submission to Brandon Roybal. That was a fun fucking fight too. Roybal's a fucking he's a real one.
Yeah, he's legit.
And he got dropped early too. Shit. But yeah, legit win. All right. First title fight of the night, and we'll lead with Otis's question here. Let's see where it is. Oh, here it is. Who's your winner of the weekend? How is it not Jan Blachowicz getting the heavyweight title, knocking the shit out of Dom Reyes? Now, Fred, I thought Dom should have came out the way he came out against John Jones, just blazing, just go, right? And he didn't. He was very measured, very like wait and see, and he waited too goddamn long. Jan put it on him. What you think?
Yeah, man. I think there's a little bit of that. I think I don't want to say that Dominick Reyes came out a little too confident, but I was saying the whole week leading up to this fight, I think we all put a little bit too much stock in that John Jones fight.
Yeah.
I think in order to get the best out of yourself, you need an opponent that you really get up for. And I think in a weird way, Dominick Reyes might have done to Jan what Jan did to him. Yeah. And just kind of not, I don't want to say that he didn't take Jan seriously, but I think he just thought, this is my fight to lose. I'll come in. I don't think the guy that showed up to fight John Jones showed up to fight Jan Blachowicz, or how the fuck you pronounce his last name. And that's the thing at 205 and heavyweight, and quite frankly in the UFC in general, or at this level, you gotta be on your P's and Q's, or some shit like that can happen. You know what I mean? I still would say that Dominick Reyes is probably the more crisper, cleaner striker, but that's what makes MMA so interesting, man. It only takes one shot, and he just, he got a little lazy and he got clipped. And to Jan's credit, he has a fucking great killer instinct. If homeboy hurts you and you start wobbling, he is on you like white on rice. And it is what it fucking is, Jack. Like Dominic got a little sloppy and he got thunderstruck, and Jan fucking finished him. Congrats.
Yeah. I see. I saw it pretty much the same way. I thought Jan had a sick game plan with the body kicks. I thought that shit was sick. He gave my man Dominick Reyes his first tattoo, bro. That shit was
right on the side.
I never. Dominick Reyes might have that shit for the rest of his life, bro. He might have just gave him a birthmark, bro. I ain't never seen nothing like that. But I thought it was. I agree. I thought I think Jan almost took it more serious.
Mm-hmm.
If I can make that assertion, that claim about the shit. I think Dom did come in thinking like, because like Fred said, like I feel like there really is something to, and somebody said this about John versus Izzy. Obviously, we'll get to that, but like there's certain guys who fight to the level of their opponent. You can make the argument, and that it was so clear that not only was the Jones fight still on Dom's mind. I mean, it got brought up in every single interview that he does, like how close you were to beating the GOAT. And I feel like that it's almost impossible for somebody who, I feel like Dom doesn't have a lot of fights. Like, what's Dom's record? He's not the most experienced dude. What is it?
No,
12.
Jan had more experience than he did.
Yeah, like I think it was. I feel like they say this shit's a mental game because obviously it really is, and I feel like this is an example where that's true because I feel like Dom is the better athlete. Dom probably is the more dynamic striker, but this shit's a mental game, bro.
Exactly. So anyway, so Jan gets the belt. Dom's back in had to get back in line and move his way back up. What do we do with Jan now? What's the title? The title fight? What? The Santos, Teixeira winner or what?
Yeah, yes. Is it just me? I am fucking stoked. I have not been more thrilled about light heavyweight in a month of Sundays. Like, that's not exactly the sexiest fight on paper, but let's let light heavyweight do its thing for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, I hear John already. You want me to come back and get the belt? No, goddamn it, we do not. You even got your feet in the pool at heavyweight. Keep your ass right where the fuck you at. Take a heavyweight fight with whoever you want. Let 205 just finally got interesting again. Like, yo, if Jan knocks out another fucking 3 or 4 people, then all right, yo, we might have to start talking about that John Jones fight.
Yeah.
But right now, fuck, man, it's actually interesting again. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I mean, Thiago has a win over Jan, if I'm not mistaken, right? I might be tripping about that, but I think so. So if Thiago can get the win over Glover, which he should, then yeah, let's do that. That's a good fight to have. Like, again, it's not the sexiest, but let's let light heavyweight do its thing and grow a little, man.
Yeah, I think that Santos Teixeira, the fact that that's a main event, the UFC could really, I don't know, try to push that. They're on ESPN. Maybe, I don't know if that's an ESPN Plus card, but maybe it'd be smart to make that a fucking regular ESPN card. Try to really fucking push it. Santos gets the win. Also, you got Prochazka versus my boy fucking Alexander Rakic in the wings. That's happening in I think that got booked, or they're talking about that in November and December. So I agree. Light heavyweight's fun as fuck. John should stop talking shit to Izzy. John should move up to heavyweight like he's been fucking saying for years. Yeah. Get this shit done with, and let light heavyweight play out with some fun shit. Because I feel like the casual fan will tune in for Santos. The guy's a fucking destroyer with a hammer tattooed on his chest. I mean,
no, you're right. I'm with you on that shit, and I think it'll be in Santos, but we'll, obviously we get to see what how that Teixeira Santos fight plays out. All right, man. Well, what's up?
Well, no, I was just gonna say, and most importantly, dog, those fights are intriguing. The problem with the John Jones fights, even if the John Jones fights were close, on paper they weren't. On paper, all these fights are interesting. If Thiago and Jan get the fight again, on paper, that's interesting as fuck now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the Ratchik and the ER, whatever the fuck cat, whoever wins that, all of a sudden, all these fights are very intriguing. Like, might they be the guy to beat John Jones? Who knows? But for now, them facing each other all of a sudden is very fucking fun, man. They're evenly matched.
Yeah, and if while this is happening, it's only gonna, like you said, if Yan wins a couple or fucking Prochazka sparks Rakic, the intrigue for a possible John Jones return to light heavyweight only builds steam. If you rush back, you're fucking it up. You're fucking the momentum of the division up.
Exactly.
I'm with you guys. I don't want to hear nothing about John Jones unless he's fighting this heavyweight first. That's all I want to hear.
Right. Yeah. Period.
All right, main event time, ladies and gentlemen. The reason we all tuned in and hypothetically pay for this fucking pay-per-view. Israel Adesanya taking on Paulo Costa. And Izzy put on, can we say a clinic? I mean, was it a clinic? I mean, Costa didn't even land anything. I don't remember him landing much.
Absolutely. A fucking masterclass. And I will say, let me just jump right out and fucking get my fucking shit off right now, boys. I will say that I think not really the Yoel fight withstanding. I think that Izzy also is one of those cats that fights up to his competition. He talked a lot of shit about Polo, but I think he took his skills seriously. I think that's why he destroyed him. If you notice, he didn't showboat a whole lot. He just fucked Paulo up. And that's what I wanted to see going into that fight. Like there'll be a time for showboating, but right now, show us how good you are. And goddamn, did he? Like I thought that fight would actually be somewhat close. I thought Paulo would get his licks. I mean, Paulo, to be fair, banged with Yoel Romero.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, all things being equal, it's going to take Izzy a little bit of time. That was a complete fucking masterclass for all of me. Like that was fucking brilliant. That is vintage Anderson Silva in his prime. That's the shit that legends are built upon. Like here's a guy, a Brazilian berserker. I know he had that little weird thing on the Ultimate Fighter, but short of that, again, banged it out with Yoel Romero, knocked out Uriah Hall. I know Uriah Hall's jab was working, but like all things considered, he slept him. Like and Israel made it look fucking easy. Didn't get touched, destroyed him, finished him, clean cut, no doubt about it. What more can you say? I mean, that's the shit that starts legends, man. Period.
Yeah, that shit. Y'all know me. I'm obviously Izzy, ride or die. But yeah, that shit was a lesson. That shit was a and like the thing that honestly makes it so dope to me, right, is like the way Izzy framed the narrative for this fight really separated the men from the boys. If I can be honest, he was telling us from day one that this is the casuals are gonna love this. They're gonna get fooled by muscle and size and the idea of power. And I'm gonna remind y'all that MMA is about technique, and, and y'all are gonna get cruelly reminded. And it was so funny seeing, because I mean, maybe I just see it because I was following the hype for the fight heavy, but like y'all had to be seeing. I feel like there was a heavy contingency of people that thought Paulo was gonna win this fight.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The majority of people, I didn't see like any polls. Obviously, we don't have any like reliable polling, but I feel like under every comment section, and maybe it's because Izzy's the champ and he brags and it's just the internet and it's just the comments, so people are just gonna talk shit. There's no ramifications for being wrong, so people are just gonna cost a KO the skinny clown early. But like, I don't know, that shit was clear as day in my opinion beforehand. That shit was a masterclass. Obviously, I was nervous as fuck because Costa's obviously dangerous as fuck. He's a marauder. But, I mean, he's the best middleweight on the world for a planet. Best striker by a long shot. Clinical. Cold.
One of the things that makes MMA so beautiful, too, and that separates us from the bullshit of the WWE is that it's funny, right? Like you have this skinny kid and then you have this big muscle-bound fucking meathead. And when they actually fight, the skinny kid wins. In a weird way, it's very inspiring for all the real kids out there that might not, that might not be using steroids and that might not have those big muscles. It goes to show you, like, don't think you can just grab some skinny kid and pick on him. That skinny kid might beat your fucking brains out. Like, it's kind of like one for the nerds a little bit. Not to say that Izzy's a nerd, but like the guys that are built like Izzy, like don't, or rather the guys that are built like Paulo Costa. Don't think because you got all those muscles and that stupid American Fighter shirt on that you can't get knocked the fuck out.
Right.
And how he did it was just, it's crazy. I think the UFC posted, like the official Twitter account posted a picture, and it really is like, man is doing something different. Like his 3 post-fight pictures against Yoel, Whitaker, Costa, not a scratch on him.
Nothing.
Knocked 2 of them fucking out cold within 10 minutes. And I feel like clearly won a boring fight over Yoel. That is, man's run is, I feel like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest MMA historian, but it's got to rank in like the top 3 runs, especially considering the amount of time he did it. Like only been in the UFC since 2018, 8-0, 9-0 or whatever.
And listen, to be fair, we're still on the ride. I mean, we have no idea where this run ends. For now, we're still in the middle of it. Look, I've seen a lot of people say that he's the second best middleweight of all time. Now, obviously, Anderson Silva is the greatest middleweight of all time. There's no doubt in that for now, no matter what. But some would say Rich Franklin, some would say Chris Weidman, and then Izzy's in the conversation. I'm curious of you two gentlemen. Ted, we'll start with you. Do you think that Izzy now with this win is the second best middleweight of all time?
I mean, I saw it framed. Obviously, I wish I could give credit to whoever tweeted it, but somebody tweeted it like Anderson Silva is the greatest middleweight, but Israel Adesanya might be the best middleweight ever. Because I think the best versions of Adesanya beat everyone clearly besides Anderson. Like the idea of both of them in their prime. almost like the same thing as what it at one point in time was Holloway and Aldo.
Mm-hmm.
Similar. Obviously, as Adesanya got the clear win, but yeah, I'm obviously biased, bro. Like I think I've never seen someone strike like Israel. I've been watching fucking striking breakdowns and shit, and the level of technique I feel like puts him clear above pretty much everyone else. Like y'all seeing this propaganda that Weidman can hang with him? Like are y'all?
Bro, Weidman's like, who's my fucking skill set is perfect for this fight. No, it's not. Stop it. Stop it.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad I'm not biased. But when you Eddie, do you got a rank? Do you agree with that ranking, or am I cap?
No, I like what you're saying. Anderson, greatest middleweight ever, but skill wise, Izzy might be the best one to ever do it. He might be like, and I'll give. Obviously, he gets a chance to prove it. I was thinking right now about what you were saying, Fred, about like, or no, Tev, you saying talking about the pictures? Like the last 3 fights, he looked like he didn't even get touched. The last guy I remember touching the shit out of Izzy was Gastelum. Gastelum put it on him. He sent Izzy home with a fat lip.
That's the only guy that's really had any sort of success in hitting Izzy, period.
The only guy in his UFC run. It's crazy. And like I feel like Izzy, we can talk about who y'all want to see him against next, maybe in the middleweight division, but yeah, he's clear ahead. That gap is like we're gonna have to almost like the way to compare him to John Jones, almost like seeing him struggle against Gustafsson was so unique. Like we don't see him struggle often. I feel like it's the same with Izzy. Like we're not gonna see this guy go through wars often, and when we see him start to take damage, it's gonna be like a holy shit moment.
Yeah,
because it's not gonna happen often. Not many dudes are gonna be able to do it.
There you go. All right, let's catch up on some comments here. Look at my opinion. It says, "Hey, Tev, tell these guys what Izzy would do to John Jones."
I will.
Okay, hold on. Yeah,
We'll get there.
All in good time.
Brandon Royval's making some serious noise. Agreed.
No doubt.
Robert Wolf says, "What's up?"
What up, Rob?
That's right, Otis. Raw Dog is here in the UFC to move some furniture. Right. Raw Dog Otis. Oh, they're having fun in the comment section. Most new parents get their baby's footprint tattooed, Tev, not the new light heavyweight champs. There you go.
For real.
Glover's tough as hell, though. Agreed, but we'll see what he does against Santos there. Ankaleev is coming at light heavyweight, but he's got a little bit of ways to go. Hello, my name is Israel Adesanya. Welcome to my MMA masterclass. You ever seen those fucking... Yeah, there you go. Costa looks stupid showboating. Agreed. He did that. She was getting kicked in the leg repeatedly. He's like, yeah, come on. As soon as I saw Costa do that, I'm like, oh, fuck it. It's over. Like, in my head, it was just like, it's too much. You're feeling the shit out of those kicks. Your dumbass is inviting more. Start checking something, dummy. But he didn't. Izzy's comic book cringe. I'm guilty of wishful thinking, not gonna lie. All right. What else we got? Adesanya's too much for Weidman. Okay, let's be honest. Everybody at middleweight and light heavyweight is too much for Weidman. Can we stop with the Weidman shit? Seriously, can we stop pretending like he can still fucking hang in the UFC?
No, who's pushing?
For real? Like, who's he gonna beat? A fucking new guy? Maybe not even.
Yeah, he fought no disrespect to the gentleman, but like a no-name Russian last time, right? Or like a Russian prospect, and he like barely beat him, right?
Barely.
Come on, bro. I mean, I get it. As a fighter, you gotta be like, you gotta talk yourself up. But I mean, realistically, look, hey, congrats, Chris Weidman, but you're a couple big wins away from even getting that fight for now. But
massive wins.
Sorry, like, hey, I hear you talking, big dog. Yeah, ain't nothing. You got all the time in the world to prove it. Let's see if you can get a couple wins and prove it.
Hey,
what up?
Completely random. I'm just high as shit and just thought about this.
Go ahead.
How close do you think Rockhold is to coming back to a title shot at 185? Does he got to get a win?
Rockhold?
I mean, at least one. I mean, real talk. At least one big win.
Because he's talked about fighting again. I'm just curious.
I mean, and look, and you know what? On some real shit, I think that's a good fight for Izzy.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like a lot of people would dismiss Rockhold, but if Rockhold could come back with his head screwed on right and get a big win, that's an interesting fight. I think Izzy fucking wins. I think he would be the favorite and all that. But yes, like think of a prime Rockhold, the Rockhold that fought Bisping the first time when he hadn't drank his own Kool-Aid yet, you know, and his leg hadn't got all
Yeah.
fucked up and shit. Like, I don't know. I forgot all about Rockhold. That would be kind of interesting if he came back and got a big win under his belt and was determined and shit.
I mean, because like, there's obviously contenders in the division, but it's also open. He's talked about fighting again. The move up to 205 didn't work. Maybe you get back on your grind. Like, I mean, are we really, if let's say Whitaker beats Cannonier, are we really going to run back Whitaker, or can Rockhold slide in there? Like, if I'm him, at least maybe that's what I'd be thinking. But I'm not fucking Luke Rockhold, obviously, bro.
Look, as long as Luke Rockhold stops trying to date like chicks in Hollywood and shit, and he stays focused and whatnot, he's got a shot at a fight. Well, what the fuck? Big Bob says everyone just forgot about Marvin Vettori. No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Oh, yeah, well, I can see we have an Israel hater in the group. Let me tell you something, Marvin Vettori.
I will say though, I feel like that Izzy's win over Vettori is gonna age well, because I feel like Vettori's gonna get a couple more wins.
Oh yeah, we can see that happen again. Big W says a good gust of wind knocks out Luke in 2020 though. Oh boy.
Listen, to be fair, the Jan Blachowicz knockout aged all right too. Come to find out, he's been knocking everybody out.
Yeah, seriously.
And I mean, so you know, like when you look at who beat, like other than Bisping beating Rockhold, which was some bullshit, low key. Bisping had one eye, was on one leg. That was some crazy shit late in the game there. But like Rockhold, like isn't exactly getting knocked out by no namers.
Right. Yeah. Rockhold got concussed with that comment alone, Ted.
See, you cocksuckers, I fucking knew it.
Oh, here's a good one. All right, so going on to the next topic of Izzy. Because we got one after that. Who's next for Izzy? And Zube, thoughts on Cannonier? What threat does he bring?
Okay, let me answer this. I don't know what threat he brings because that's not my specialty. But I tell you what, I do want to see Izzy fight Cannonier next because I think there's something to be said. Do you know why Anderson Silva is so revered in our sport? Now, he did move up to 205, but if you recall, he fought James the Sandman, who gives a fuck, and he fought Forrest Griffin, which he did look fantastic against, but he also, like, he didn't stay at 205. He's not revered for that. What he's revered for is getting that belt and keeping it, for fighting the Travis Luters, for fighting the Patrick Cotes, and day in, day out winning those fights. Now, to be fair, John Jones was doing that too. There is a point at which something has to give. But for now, I just want to see Israel defend this belt because should he beat Cannonier? Yes. Will he probably? Yes. But is Cannonier a real threat? And will Izzy have to be, take that fight seriously? Absolutely. And right now, like if we don't do the John Jones fight, and we'll contemplate that here in a moment, but if we don't do nothing super sexy like that, that's exactly what I want to see Izzy do. Because let me tell you something. Those are the dangerous fights. The fights that you're supposed to win. Like if he fought Cannonier tomorrow, Cannonier's a bad motherfucker. But because of what he did to Paulo, we're all going to be like, well, what could, Cannonier's not a better striker than Paulo. He doesn't got a black judge. We're all going to make up all these reasons why Israel can't lose that fight. But, look at what everybody said about Dominick going into the Jan fight. Like anything can happen, man. And that's what makes a true champion, in my opinion. Somebody, as much of a Conor dick rider as I am, the worst thing about Conor is he didn't defend those belts. He didn't fight those guys that he was supposed to win because those are tough fights for champions, man. Fighting that number one contender that's hungry as fuck, that's waking up at 3:30 in the morning and taking them runs because they ain't got that taste of the pie yet. Like a hungry Jared Cannonier is a very dangerous fight. And for Israel to take that fight, I think that shit means a lot, man. So like that's what he brings, just a hungry challenger.
Yeah, that's legacy building right there. Because that's a win that and like you said, we'll be able to convince ourselves very easily that Cannonier has a chance. We're gonna say former heavyweight who's fucking in the best shape of his fucking life and it just presumably knocked the fuck out of Bobby Whitaker. So we're gonna like the belief is gonna be there, and it's gonna be another impressive win. I feel, because I'm obviously a fucking stan. But no, I agree. Like I think we could. Like I would. What do y'all think about Hermanson? If Hermanson beats Till, are we gonna be saying Hermanson gets the next shot. I would love to see it because, like Fred said, that's legacy building. That's putting fucking crystals in the Thanos glove. That's what he's trying to do in chasing Anderson's legacy. I feel so.
Don't Cannonier got a win over Hermanson though?
Yep.
I'm tripping. So that's what I was just about to say. Like, yo, real talk, fucking Cannonier is a real threat. Like, again, I'll like, let me not start hyping him up already, but yes, like Jack Hermanson's a beast and Cannonier just beat him. Like, yeah, dude's a real threat, man. Like, again, I think we all know that Izzy should win that fight, but bro, that is not a fight that you know what I mean? Like, that's those fights that you lose if you're not very careful in.
And you could even make the point that like it obviously it gets harder. Like you said, it's so hard to defend the belt regardless because you got the hungrier fighter trying to get what you have. But like the Cannonier shit is hold on, I'm fried. What the fuck was I about to say?
Oh, he's got the good shit.
What the fuck?
I'll give you a minute, dude. The thing about Izzy that I like the most though is that I mean we don't get many champions. They are champions about what do you want to do next? And you know most champs would be like, oh, whoever the UFC brings up. Most fighters will do that, but champions will do that, right? They're like whoever's next or whatever. And next, you know, I'm gonna go hang out with my family, whatever. What I like is that Izzy goes, oh, give me Yoel Romero. Like who asked for Yoel Romero? Oh. Give me Paulo Costa. I want to take that roided out bitch and all that stuff. Who asked for Paulo Costa? And now he's asking for Jared Cannonier. This dude is not about give me a fight. It's I'm chasing this shit. I want that guy. And that's what I like about Izzy.
Bro, the thing I was going to say is I remember it gets harder to defend your belt because obviously you're giving your opponents more film to watch, right? So like Cannonier is going to go into this fight and if it's the next fight, he's going to say, yo, in Israel's last fight, there was a similar opponent to me who just did not throw his hands. Mm-hmm. Like, I will not make that same mistake. I'm not going to freeze in front of him like the last guy did. Like, Izzy maybe gave away his tells of how he deals with that style of opponent.
Yeah.
Cannonier is dangerous. And if he gets that, that's an impressive title defense if Cannonier does something scary to Whitaker.
Well, and not to put the motherfucking cart in front of the horse, but let's just talk about it for a minute. Cannonier could look at the Kelvin Gastelum fight. Kelvin Gastelum had a lot of success, and if you think the Cannonier can't mirror that fucking fight style, you're fucking foolish. Like, you're right. If you got the stones to pressure Izzy, and you can get like, look, we know standing in front of Izzy is a fucking death sentence. That's what you don't want to do.
Yeah, it's about
Robert Whitaker and Paulo Costa how that worked out.
It's about how you enter range with him, I feel, more than just pressuring. You need to cleverly enter range and disguise how you're getting close to him, because if you just walk towards him, he's going to fuck you up.
Exactly. But Kelvin Gastelum proved that is possible. You can touch him. So, like, there is some tape out there of traps to set for Izzy. Now, who knows? Maybe Izzy watches those too, and he's way better than that now. But at least on paper, that's a fight that's sellable. Like we still got some work at 85.
I like what Bob says. Cannonier might actually execute a game plan, not walk in hands down, blowing kisses and shit. Right.
True.
Brando, what's up? Says Hermanson Rex Till and breaks Dana's wannabe Manchester heart. Wow. Yeah. I'm sure Dana's would like to see Till in there. How do you guys see Costa versus Brunson going? Costa will probably win that shit, right?
I don't know. That's a good fight, I feel.
That is a good fight. But I feel like Costa, I would edge towards Costa, but Brunson's everyone like kind of just like waves Brunson off like he ain't shit.
Right. And I don't really know why. I feel like he's had some impressive fights. Yeah. Like, he fights like a dumbass and like that's like a kind of like a comical thing how he runs forward sometimes and swings, but like, yo, that should be working. He should be hurting opponents with that shit.
I think that's if Derek Brunson fights the right fight, I think he very well could beat Paulo Costa for sure.
Yeah. Meesman's like marijuana affects the memory.
I'm seeing that for real. I'm a fucking walking dare ad right now, bro.
Oh fuck, I forgot all about dare. This guy. Cannonier fight stop being power, talk about a dynamite stick, right? So I mean
Izzy said, I feel like Izzy tries to like hype the contenders up. Izzy said he views that fight. I'm pretty sure I heard him talk about it. What'd he say? Oh, like T'Challa versus Killmonger is how he's trying to like put it in his head to make Cannonier like this scary opponent or whatever.
He should though. That's the smart thing to do. Like
Yeah.
again, Cannonier is not a guy that you would want to take lightly.
Right.
I don't know. Brunson looked good against Ronda's little brother. I like how you put that though.
That was an impressive win, dead ass.
Yeah, it was. It was for real, actually, though.
All right. Do you guys want to
Shabazian.
talk? Do you guys want to talk about John Jones, Izzy first, or Izzy's right titty first?
Yo, let's talk about Izzy's right titty because
All
that's
right,
an open shut case for me. First off, all you fucking idiot morons on Twitter who are all of a sudden fucking scientists and doctors, shut the fuck up. I don't know why his right tit looked like, to be completely honest with you, because I don't give a fuck. Come sue me. I was streaming it. You understand me? I was streaming it. So my shit was a little hazy. I didn't notice nothing on his right tit. Okay, is that what we're talking about?
That's what we're talking about.
Bro, I might be a little blown, but I still barely see it. Was it a little swollen like there? Is a little,
Right. So because everyone made such a big deal out of it, he actually had to get it tested. It might be I thought it was an injury. I was like, oh, that's got to be some kind of injury or something because he hadn't had it until now. But everyone else that wants to kind of take away any kind of credit, you know what I mean? They're all just like, oh, he's on steroids. Like, bitch, the other guy was clearly on some shit. This dude, come on, man, calling him skinny and everything. Come on.
Bruh, the man's been tested by USADA 38 times, and they're finding fucking 0.003 picograms in this shit in motherfuckers' bloodstreams. You think they would be? I feel like they would be catching that shit, and I just feel like it's funny how the narrative changes. In 24 hours, he goes from being too skinny to this motherfucker's on steroids.
Am I blowed? Or A, again, we're looking at a close up, and I can still kind of barely notice it. B, how many steroid cheaters have we seen in the UFC at this point? How many motherfuckers have tested positive for steroids?
John Jones.
John Jones, your ass. They're fucking countless. Hundreds.
Yeah, a lot.
Hundreds. How many tits look like that?
Right. This is the after effect and everything. That's why people are freaking out
What
about
is this like bullshit? There's been all kinds of guys that cheat. None of their boobs look like
None
that.
look like that, right?
It was an avid cheater, and his tit never looked like that. So what is this, like some guaranteed telltale that he cheated? Like I have no I don't give a fuck why his right boob's a little swollen. Maybe he likes having broads bite that motherfucker. Who the fuck noticed this and brought it up? Like he's probably on steroids. Y'all some hating motherfuckers, boy. If that's what you think, like exactly. If we looking at Paulo Costa looking like somebody shit him out of the He-Man movie, and then we see fucking Izzy's right tit slightly, so I'm like, he might go, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, dude, I don't. He ain't on steroids. Can we just move on?
Before we get into Izzy, do y'all want to talk about the fucking whether or not fucking there should be he should be sent to the Hague for dry humping this man?
Oh, I got that one too. Hold up. I had all this shit ready to go. First of all, because I know Fred wanted to get into it. This whole thing where it's just like, I can't believe he fucking did that shit. Like, dude, they're in a fist fight, first of all. And all the shit they was talking before the fight. And this is what bothered you? Come on, man.
Again, I don't know if like, I don't know, like, bro, if these liberal lefts are like infiltrating MMA or if y'all are just some new heads. Like, I mean, I'm real shit right now. That's mild. That is mild. I have seen dudes break motherfuckers' arms and get up. Y'all ever heard of a motherfucker named Shinya Aoki? Yeah. He broke this motherfucker's arm and got up and went like that right in his face where his fucking arm was hanging like that. Y'all remember Ronda Rousey fucking breaking bitches' arms and then getting up and refusing to help them up or shake their fucking hand afterwards while they're sitting there fucking like this? Like, what are y'all talking about? Yeah. That was mild as fuck. I didn't give a shit about it. Not to mention, Paulo's been running his fucking yap all week. I would have gave him more than that. I'd have grabbed his fucking hips. What are you gonna do about it? I'm the fucking alpha. Fuck, smack this ref if I want to. I'm the king of the goddamn world.
And like I can't do about it. I can't believe people were actually upset. And honestly, like you said, I don't think it's like, I don't even think it's like increasing sensitivity in the MMA community. I honestly just feel like it was the same people that was typing skinny clown's gonna get KO'd by the king of bitches. I feel like it's just the Venn diagram is a complete circle. I feel like that not that it's fake outrage, but like this is so clearly something that was like so spontaneous, so just like just the way he happened to finish him, the way he happened to get up, the type of trash talk they were talking before the fight. It was just like symbolic, and it was literally a second and a half long. Like, I couldn't agree more. It's the most.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking hilarious. That shit is so funny.
And seeing it from this angle right here, like he really thrust into that shit. He reached over, grabbed his right shoulder, and everything, bro. Yeah, this was thought out beforehand. He thought, "Hey man, if I get a chance, I'm gonna do this shit."
Yo,
Oh boy.
while we're on this, before we completely seal up this whole thing,
Yeah.
can we also talk about goofy ass Paulo putting up that video and
Oh
fucking,
God.
oh, I want rematch. Give me rematch. I prepared. Are you fucking on PCP, Paulo? We just watched you get completely. Oh, you prepared now? Now you're prepared. You want to? The world wants to see a rematch. Newsflash, Paulo. Nobody in the world wants to see that rematch. Like, I speak for us all when I say we are cool on the rematch, big dog.
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, I guess the people I guess do that are criticizing this celebration, I guess do kind of have a point, because like we can't even act like it was just the thrusting. It was the El Barracine, I'm gonna come on your face. It was I
Yeah.
can wrap my dick around my waist. That's a black belt. Fucking the break dancing. The shit was a movie.
But
So
again,
yeah.
like, y'all remember when Habib jumped out and attacked a man and started a fucking riot? I mean, what are we talking about? Like,
there was less
like, this
bitching
is
about that.
mild.
There was less bitching about that, the Khabib thing, than there was this. Way less bitching. You know what I mean? And that shit could have caused fucking this chaos.
Yeah,
Big chaos.
I literally, when he first did that, I didn't think twice about it. And I seen people were complaining about. I'm like, oh my god, what crybaby! Like, I didn't even that was mild to me, dog. Real talk. For as much as you talked, Izzy should have gave you a little more. For real, like you. I mean, and if you would have knocked him out, you kind of like, y'all talked a lot, man. This is what we do. We're grown men. Like, you lost, bro. It's time to eat a little humble pie. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot what Masvidal said about it. But Masvidal made a really good point about the same thing when they gave him shit about after he knocked out Ben Askren. It's the same exact thing. Masvidal's like, wait a minute, he can say all shit he wants to, but I can't do this shit now. Go fuck yourself.
Right. We're like, oh, it's so rude of him to do that. Well, who gives a fuck,
Who gives
bro?
a fuck? So Paulo Costa did say, he goes, something happened before the fight. I want my rematch. Now I want to know what the fuck happened before the fight. Anyone hear that shit?
You know who don't want to know what happened before the fight? This white boy right here. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you found out that you had the herpetitis on your ass, balls, and gooch. I don't give a fuck. Like, do not. You know what? Like, real shit. If something bad did happen, now you can never say it. If you're a man, now you got to eat it. Because, bro, no matter what, now you look like you're making fucking excuses, dog. No matter what.
No matter what. And I can't imagine. I feel like, honestly, like the shit talk and jokes we're getting off on Paulo are nothing in comparison to if this was reversed. If Izzy was showboating for 9 minutes straight and then got his ass slept and clowned, and he got on Instagram Live talking about, I need a rematch, just on the grounds of how disrespectful that was, it would be a top 5 day on MMA Twitter with the type of shit people would be saying on there.
Ash says the only ones mad at how Izzy acted are the same ones who defend Kobe every time he acts out. Very possible. I can see it. Israel is a shameful champion head ass. Hold up. He goes, give me the revenge. Oh no. Imagine if Izzy humped Costa with the crowds in the venue. Oh dude.
God.
That whole he wouldn't have gotten any hate, honestly. And the crowds in the venue, shit. Anyway, but yeah, so there you go. And as far as Izzy versus John Jones, obviously we're not gonna see it anytime soon. Izzy himself said, I'm not ready. And John Jones talking about, I got right now, I can rip an arm out. Well, yeah, motherfucker, you're going to heavyweight. But if that fight ever actually happened, Fred, I don't even know who I would pick on that one. I think John Jones. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, if the fight, let's for a moment here entertain that it's realistic. If the fight's realistic, it has to happen at 205. If the fight happens at 205, you got it. I mean, it's John motherfucking Jones. Now, that being said, I think Izzy at 85 right now is probably okay. Let me ask y'all this question. This is a more interesting question, especially now. Who has a better chance at beating John Jones tomorrow, Izzy or Jan?
Oh, Jan.
Interesting. See, I would pick Izzy. I don't think Izzy beats John, But I think if they fought tomorrow, I if I had to bet my firstborn child on who's got a better chance of beating John Jones, Izzy or Jan Blachowicz, I would probably go with Izzy.
Okay.
But still at 205, I don't give a fuck who you're fighting. If you're fighting John Jones at 205 pounds, you gotta lean John Jones, even him being a bit long in the tooth at this point.
I actually don't think the fight's gonna happen. Right. I'm kind of pessimistic on that. Just because I just don't think the timing's gonna work out. Like I feel like John is already committed. This motherfucker's on Instagram benching what looks like a fucking Mini Cooper in his garage.
Seriously.
Like, I feel like the decision's already been made. He's trying to adjust his body accurately. But like just if we're gonna talk about it as if it does materialize, I'm gonna pick Izzy, obviously.
Right.
And one of the main reasons is I feel like why do we buy the John Jones at heavyweight hype, right? Because we feel like he has certain advantages up at heavyweight. All of those perceived advantages that John Jones would have up at heavyweight, wouldn't Izzy have those same advantages up at 205? Wouldn't it be safe to say he's a little quicker than any other 205er that John stepped in there with? Wouldn't you the same shit that we want to gas up about John moving to heavyweight, those same attributes would apply to Izzy moving up? And I just don't. I know John would try to wrestle. That's obvious. Like he'd have to be a dumbass not to. And I feel like everybody that fights Izzy ends up saying, "Yo, he's stronger than I thought he was." Like I couldn't just take him down. And I mean, we saw Yoel take him down 3 times, failed twice, got right back up another time. I mean, is John more explosive at this point than Yoel is? I don't know, but I would lean Israel decision if that was to ever happen.
All right, there you go.
2 things there quickly. I agree with you on one aspect. If you look, who had the most success against John Jones in his whole career? Alexander Gustafsson in that first fight.
Yeah.
To say that Izzy couldn't mimic that strategy, I don't know. I would say that Izzy's probably a more talented striker than Alex, and he's the same height as John.
And that John Jones that fought Gus the first time is better than the John Jones of now. Correct?
Yeah, and that's a very valid point. Father time comes for us all. Again, like just hearkening back to the Jake Matthews, Diego Sanchez fight, to keep this a buck, if that's the Diego Sanchez that fought BJ Penn, even though that he lost to BJ, if that Diego fought Jake Matthews today, he destroys Jake Matthews, in my opinion. Diego would walk through him. He would take him down and beat the fuck out of him on top. So yes, like it matters when guys fight. Like we can always have that discussion of, prime Anderson Silva. But the fact is, when Anderson fought Izzy, he was a bit long in the tooth, and we've seen the results of that. The reality is John is not a spring chicken anymore. He's not old, but he's bound to fucking lose at some point. He's getting there.
Right.
The thing that I'm obviously going to not try to be objective. The thing that would scare me as like an Izzy fan, and that would, I mean, it's completely like I was kind of giving people shit for picking Costa. I give no people shit for picking John. What the fuck? I can't give any shit for that. I would say though, I think John gets up for Izzy. Obviously, motherfucker's living in his head rent free. So you're gonna get a dangerous version of John. No, you're gonna get a. I feel like. Granted, he didn't take down and pound out Anthony Smith just with his wrestling, and Israel Adesanya is better than fucking Anthony Smith. But I feel like you're going to get a better John Jones than the John Jones that fought Anthony Smith or even Thiago Santos.
Great point. Great point. Like that's how you get a dangerous John Jones is he fights a guy that he actually. That's when I would worry about John Jones. If he actually respects you, that would be Izzy's biggest problem. Is that John would come in with his fucking head screwed on right, and that's a dangerous motherfucker.
What a fight, though! If it ever happened.
Oh, if it ever happens, it'd be great. Brandon says people in hell want Ice Water too. Swole Ricky Martin, you fucking lost my beautiful execution.
Yeah, no shit, dude. No shit.
John will go into that fight emotional and get touched with something. Yeah, most people talk get touched with that.
Maybe.
All right, we're gonna talk Zombie Ortega or Gaethje Khabib. We'll see. We're starting to run out of time here. We need to get a few more things here. All right. Let's get to the. You guys want to talk about the Conor Dustin stuff?
Okay. Well, there's a few things to talk about with Conor. We can start there, though.
Go ahead, start it off.
Look. So wait. So, as far as I understand, is this a charity boxing match that they mean to have?
Well, I read sparring. I didn't even read boxing. I read sparring on Twitter anyway. He tweeted at Dustin. He was like, fucking, what was it like charity sparring event? I'm not even sure what the fuck they're talking about. I don't know. It's boxing or it's MMA or whatever.
No, what the fuck are we talking about? Listen, if you guys are going to get in somewhere, fucking fight. Why the fuck would I want to watch you guys do anything other than compete in a fucking beautiful high-level mixed martial arts competition?
Right.
I feel like the most recent thing I saw was that Dana said today that he offered them both a UFC fight, and that the contracts are out, and Dustin was tweeting that he accepted or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dana be fucking lying though. Let me tell y'all. Dana has no problem lying his ass off to Brett Okamoto. Any of y'all favorite media members, Dana be fucking capping. I swear to God.
Dana always lying. That's what he does. So this is the poster that Conor tweeted out earlier today, I think. Martial arts sparring match in aid of charity, Dublin, December 12, 2020. Feared to air spar. McGregor vs. Poirier. List of chosen charities available soon. All donations welcome.
All right, I know I'm like I am the fucking Dana White stan of all the MMA Twitter, but I fucking feel him. What the fuck are you talking about, Conor? Are you out of your fucking mind? A martial arts sparring match in aid of charity in Dublin. Right. You and one of my other top 55ers. Are you high on crack? Yeah, no, we're not doing any of that. You can go ahead and cancel that for fucking sure. And then, let's just get into the whole fucking Conor McGregor story for now. And again, man, this is coming from a Conor McGregor stand. I love you, Conor. But okay, let's talk about it. You want to leak the DMs that you and Dana White had, proving that you were looking for a fighter, that you wanted to fight, and so on and so forth. Okay, well, fair enough. I'm here for that. And you were looking for a fight. Now let's talk about it. You was looking to fight Diego Sanchez. Right. Again, are you on fucking crack? And what the fuck are you talking about, Conor? No.
That was the funniest shit. Dana had the line where he was like, bro, they'll take my fucking license away if I try to make that shit.
What are you what are you honestly talking about? All bullshit aside, Conor, it's do you really want to fight or what, man? Because you saying shit like let's fight Diego is goofy. And then again, there was rumors of him boxing Manny Pacquiao. As cute as that is, it's also what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, Manny will work you, and to be fair, it doesn't mean nothing. What will we learn by letting Manny work you in a boxing match? You and Floyd was special because you guys were kind of like the same dude, brash, arrogant, cocky. Manny's not like that. Manny's not going to sell this fight with you. It's fucking stupid.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like a lot of this is really just. He's really pissed that they haven't given him a fight. Granted, yeah, he's calling for Diego Sanchez, but he's also saying, in the DMs, he said yes to Gaethje, on Fight Island. He wanted it sooner. He wanted it in May, and Dana was like, yo, there's no big shows or whatever, and all that shit. It's I mean, dude wants to fight. Does the UFC, are they justified in being like, yo, we're not letting you fight until there's crowds back?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. Is Dana White's just holding out for crowds.
Are they valid in that, you saying?
I
don't know if they're valid in that. I'm just saying that I think that's what they want.
But I don't know if that's what they listen. Obviously, that's what they want. But do you think they're foolish enough to think that's realistic? I mean, Dana White has always said, when people ask him about crowds, he's always like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm not even contemplating when we're so." But I would imagine they want Conor to fight before that, right? I mean, look, yes, you might not be able to get crowds, but you still gonna get them pay-per-view buys. You want Conor fucking competing, for fuck's sakes. One would imagine.
I would think the fact that having a gate, it makes such a difference. That gate money is worth keeping your biggest pay-per-view pusher on the fucking sidelines. You could I'd be fucking more who gives a fuck about Conor Cowboy with a crowd in January? Imagine Conor versus fucking anybody legit at 55 or 70 in an empty arena where you can hear this shit, fam. You could make bro. I can't fathom how it would be worth keeping him out this long and pissing him off to the point where he's fucking looking to fight in a circus in the Middle East with fucking Pacquiao, bro. I don't think these things are serious things. He's just trying to use whatever leverage he can manifest.
There's a few fighters I want that haven't fought in the bubble on the I'm talking about the fucking fanless arenas that I want to see just so we can hear what the fuck they're saying. The Diaz brothers.
Yep.
Conor McGregor's on my list. I want to hear what Conor says to people when he's like just talking to him. It'd be fucking great. Him and Nick Diaz would be awesome. Just no commentators. Drop microphones right above the cage. Everyone will shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear Joe or anybody say a goddamn word. Not Dominick, not Joe, nobody. Just microphones of that fight. But
hey, yo, real quick, do y'all miss the crowds yet?
Hell no. I got so sick of woos and I got so sick of booing. Oh no, he took him down. Get the fuck up. Shut the hell up. Like if he's hugging and that's all he's doing is hugging and hugging and hugging, I get that. But you don't get that for until maybe like when they're hugging for a long ass time. But dude, you know how many times I got into a goddamn fight here and the second someone shoots for a takedown, you hear dipshits around me go like booing. Like, fuck you guys. Go watch boxing.
Honestly, now I would like for there to be crowds for certain fights, right? Like a Conor fight or like certain fights. I kind of miss it for them big fights, but for these fight nights and shit, hell yeah, damn that crowd. Like I'm cool on the crowd not being there for 90% of them. For the real big ones, I feel like the main event. It's a little like this last fight, Izzy coming out. It's like, yo, this could have been like, imagine if they were in Brazil. And you had all those. What's that fucking saying? Those Brazilians say you're gonna die. It was a fucking. How do you say that shit?
Vamos hey.
Vamos hey. Yeah. Them all shouting that shit as Izzy's fucking breakdancing to the cage. Like there are certain fights right
for a laugh.
But for 90% of it, nah. Like I'm cool on there being no crowd.
Dude, I love hearing body shots. I love hearing like head kick knockouts. Shit like that to me is dope. But I get what you're saying. For certain fights, it'd be great. All right, let me catch some fucking comments here. Because fuck Dana lowballing him. I was talking about Poirier Conor. Conor don't want to fight Dustin. He just puffing his chest to Dana. Dude, that's for fucking Diego Sanchez.
Yo, we can never forget that. Let's never forget that he did that.
Right. Honestly, you look at the DM here. Like he goes, me and Diego in Dublin and is a cracker. And Dana goes, bro, we should lose our promoter's license if we make that fight. 100% true. And not just now, even back then. Even back then, it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, no.
The one word bro is killing me.
Yeah. He didn't even have to say we should lose our promoter's license. Just bro. Just bro.
Honestly, yeah, that's really kind of weird, real talk. Yeah. Like him asking, like seriously asking for Diego Sanchez, that's almost like hard to believe. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Conor?
Conor just sounded like he wanted to fight. He was saying he wanted to fight 4 times. I agree. I'm sure he asked for fights and he wanted to get him. I don't know. I honestly want to know what Dana White's thinking, not getting him a fight, whether it's, because, I mean, obviously, he's not trying to renegotiate with anybody. He doesn't want to pay a lot of money because there's no crowds, according to him, it's a big deal. I'm sure, it hurts a little bit. Pay-per-view's still there. That Manny rumor was cap. According to Dana, Saudi said no, and forced him to take down the poster or they sue him.
Oh, shit.
Well, fuck. Even Manny Pacquiao came out saying, like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'll bet he did. What the fuck?
Yeah. I heard someone made a joke and I posted, I screen capped and I put it on Twitter and I lost like 30 followers within seconds. It was hilarious. It was like talking about this would be a boxing match for charity or whatever, because Manny Pacquiao would say he was gonna donate a bunch of his money, right? And someone said like, oh, he's gonna knock out Conor for charity. That made me laugh really hard. That's why I posted it, and immediately I lost a fuck ton of followers, and that made me laugh harder because I was just like, God damn, bro. Y'all just get mad. I was at Izzy Gaslam in Atlanta. Crowd was on fire. I'm sure that was a fucking firefight. All right. Starting to run out of time here. What other kind of stuff you want to hit?
I don't know. Is that it? What else did we miss? Is there anything else?
Right? We talk about next weekend's card, right? Y'all.
Right. I have that ready.
My baby girl, Irene Aldana.
Yeah, I mean that's honestly like the only fight. Dude, for a second they had Teixeira Santos on this card as a co-main. Bro. And then they pulled that to I forgot what, but it's not on this card anymore.
If Holly Holm wins this fight, bro, we got to start the dialogue about defunding the women's bantamweight division.
Defund them. Fuck this. Look, man, Holly Holm. Yeah, I don't want to see her in any more main events. I'm done with her. Just real quick, looking through the prelims here. You guys see it right here. KC. I mean, just the names on here. Jinh Frey on here. She missed weight last time. Hope she makes it this time. Charles Jourdain is on this card. Court McGee is Carlos Condit. Carlos Condit coming out saying he wants to fight Nick Diaz. And I'm just like, if you're actually going to fight Nick Diaz, though, that'd be great. If you're just going to just backpedal the whole time, throw kicks and run away, I don't want to see you fucking anywhere near Nick Diaz. Daquan Townsend, Kyler Phillips, GDR bitching, talking about she exposed Nunes because all Nunes did was hump her. Well, no, good job. You just pulled Juliana Pena, a wrestler. Enjoy that humping. Jorgen De Castro against Carlos Felipe is actually a solid fight.
Yeah.
But your main event, Holly Holm against Irene Aldana. Irene Aldana coming off a knockout of Caitlin Vieira, who just fought. And the win over Holly Holm gets her a title shot and a date with new mother, Amanda Nunes. What do you guys think about this fight right here, Tev?
I feel like for all of our sanities, we need Irene Aldana to win this fight.
We need Aldana to win.
Like this should be able to unite all of MMA Twitter from a rational perspective. That like if Holly Holm wins, we're gonna see her fight Amanda Nunes again. Like, dude. or I can't fathom them selling that though.
I don't think you could. I think they would just make Amanda wait a little longer. Like,
stay at 45 or like vacate 135 or some shit.
I mean, she's fighting. Did she already fight Megan Anderson?
Nah, she's about to.
She's about to, right?
Yeah.
So you got time. She's not defending 135 belt till next year.
Yeah,
like March, May, and that's to me, it's barely on time. But yeah, dude, like fuck, like no. I don't want to see Holly Holm anywhere near Amanda Nunes. Like. That would bum me out.
You know what's funny though is every time Holly Holm is in this position, she fucking wins though.
Yeah, no. She has a good game plan. She's like Neil Magny in that way.
Yeah, in fact, she beat Megan Anderson.
Fucking hell.
I feel like every time they try to put like a prospect against her, she just beats them, and it's like.
Yo, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I know MMA Twitter's like, oh man, I don't want to see Holly Holm fight for join the crowd, motherfucker. Neither do I. But listen, y'all better say a fucking prayer for Irene Aldana then. Listen, again, this ain't the WWE. She gotta win. If Holly Holm wins this fight, again, I don't know if they sell us on that one. Again, you can only fight. I mean, maybe if the champion was different, but at this point, for fuck's sakes. But like. Yo, all they can do is put you in there against the top contender. If you keep beating the top contender, like if you play Mortal Kombat, if you beat Goro, you get to fight Shang Tsung. That's the way this goes. If you keep beating Goro, it is what it is. What the fuck? Like, I mean, we should all be rooting for Irene. Like, which to be fair, Amanda Nunes is so far ahead of the game at this point. Like, real talk. If Irene Aldana comes out and destroys Mike Tyson's Holly Holm in the first round, she's still the underdog of all underdogs against Amanda Nunes. But like, I guess that beats the Holly Holm fucking rematch, or I don't even know how many times they fought this.
And we're just completely conceding that Amanda Nunes is going to beat Megan Anderson at 145.
She is.
Yeah, but you know what though? To be fair,
I'm saying she is.
To be fair to Amanda Nunes, this are the fights that are important. Like. Megan Anderson is the type of fight that she could lose. Like she's on such a run now that these fights are pretty important because all you know what I mean. All she's got to do is come off slow one time, and one of these girls just has the fight of their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean Megan Anderson's big as hell, well coached by James Krause. I definitely don't. I'm not picking it. I'm not picking her to win, but I feel like she presents an interesting set of problems. Like she's big as hell.
Yeah.
Size. Are you well coached? James Krause has got you sharp. I mean, I don't know.
And to be fair, just to add a little perspective to the whole baby angle, usually having a kid would give you a lot of drive. And maybe it did do that for Amanda Nunes. But keep in mind, Amanda Nunes is already a living legend and rich. So maybe having a baby takes away a little bit of her attention. Maybe it makes her lack a little bit of focus because she's like, fuck, bro, I'm having so much fun with my real life and my family and my millions of dollars and my baby. I ain't even want to take that fight low key. I just took it because like I gotta fight one of these hoes. So like I'm gonna take it. But like low key, I was on my ranch raising bulls and shit with my baby. I was having fun. I didn't really want to wake up and go on that run at 2 or 3 in the morning.
True.
And you know, again, Megan Anderson's over there in Australia fucking fighting kangaroos at 4:30 in the morning and fucking doing everything she possibly can. So, you know, that's the fight where Amanda Nunes will have to really fucking probably get up, find a reason to get inspired for that fight so she don't get snuck.
Right. Real quick, I don't know if any hoop heads watching this game. I know me and Tev are paying attention. LA is up 80-54 in the third quarter, man.
Busting that ass.
Miami bumming me the fuck out. I was hoping for a competitive ass game. Well, no, it's still fourth quarter, so we'll see. All right, let's see. Sully says, "What up? Big up."
Sully.
Yeah. Condit, Hardy, Lawler Diaz should headline back-to-back fight nights. If you can get Hardy, I'm sure you're talking about Dan Hardy. If you could actually get him a license, that would be great.
If all that happens, we should call that shit a blast from the past.
Seriously. I need what y'all smoking talking about Anderson beating Nunes.
Not picking it.
I'm not picking it either. Nunes is going to beat her ass.
Just entertaining it.
Yeah, Nunes is going to beat that ass and then walk out the cage and push the little stroller back to the back.
Listen, Matt Serra knocked out GSP. You know what I mean? Like a lot of crazy shit has happened in the sport before. Like don't sleep on like every champion that we've ever thought like had that aura, like they can't, they lost at some point. Yeah. Like at some point, John Jones, to his fucking credit, is the lone survivor. And save that Khabib shit. He ain't had enough fights.
All right, there you go. All right. I can't think of anything else to hit here yet other than this card. Oh, just real quick. On the what do you call it? On the I'm like Tev right now. I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say.
It was anyone else in the chat? What's up?
Oh, Big Bob's just hanging out, talking out. No, on the there was Dana White said something about that they were gonna have a Khabib and Conor coaching tough and then fighting each other, right? Which honestly, we have UFC 254 coming up. Like that's Gaethje Khabib. You're basically saying Khabib's gonna beat Gaethje, right?
Or it could just be that fight sells itself regardless.
True.
Even if Khabib happens to get knocked out by Gaethje, Khabib Conor still sells.
I'm sure it would too. But then apparently it's not happening anymore because Khabib apparently got upset about Conor leaking out the DMs with Dana disrespected him and shit, which I don't buy for a fucking second. No. I think Dana got butthurt and said, "You want fuck you then, Conor." Yeah, no more.
Yeah. It's wild to me that almost similar to the. It's funny how Costa's trying to play the Conor angle in the fact that I really did nothing in the octagon that warrants a rematch, but just on the amount of shit that's been talked, I'm going to try to justify getting one. Really,
and people are buying it from Conor though. Shit.
Well, I was gonna say, to be fair, the only obvious difference is Conor generates millions of dollars, or nobody knows who the fuck Born China is outside of our little bubble. Sorry, buddy, you ain't getting shit.
How wild is it to casuals that cop that Izzy card? He's just the dude that got humped, like the Jack guy that got humped that one time I was at my boy's crib. Like it was crazy.
Yeah,
that's what they talk about when that. It's like when I tell my boys about MMA, and you're talking about the fucking barn burner fights, and then when they come over to watch and they watch fucking Izzy humping Costa, like this is it. This is what you want, bitch? Like what the fuck?
Yeah, every Saturday for 6 hours, kid.
Exactly, every Saturday for 6 hours. This is all we do.
I'm happy and proud. They're like, oh, this is embarrassing for the sport, not for me, buddy. That's what I'm here for. Like when you talk that shit and you get knocked out, motherfucker, showboat a little tough. If you don't like to go watch baseball or fucking rugby or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I'll say this, because we got to end the show now. When Masvidal knocked out Ben Askren, I enjoyed the head kick knockout as much as everybody else. I enjoyed him fucking falling like a board right next to him and talking shit up. I enjoyed that way more because Ben Askren had that shit coming. Okay, straight up.
Facts.
All right. We're gonna be. This is gonna do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. We've gone like quite a bit after our little hour that we like to do. Shout out to everyone that tuned in. Big Bob, Sully. I don't know how you say it. Zube thoughts? And Zube thoughts? All right.
That sounds right.
All right. Unbroken. Big W is hanging out. We got Brando. Ash Lampert making an appearance from the UK. It's late as fuck for him. I don't know why he's awake. Otis, as always, appreciate you hanging out. Oh, SJ. What else do we have? I'm trying to catch everybody on here. We had a lot of comment sections. Appreciate you guys jumping in here to shooting the shit. All right. Tev, appreciate you. At Tev Talks MMA, right?
At Tev Talks MMA. My guys, anytime y'all want to kick it on a Wednesday night, you already know the vibes. I'm probably going to be in the chat next week anyway.
Dope.
It is.
And of course, KeyboardWarriors.com for all the shows. At Spawat1983 for Jesse, who's fucking AWOL for a minute. At Kirby_MMA for Fred, and I'm at Elo32. And of course, shout out to the sponsors, RipTheWarriors.com, SpicyPros.com. That's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the fuck out of your week. Enjoy the fights this next weekend. Go ahead and Aldana. Good night, and good night, Wilshire.